Hi, this is Adam Dixon with the Dixon Agency. We tried to reach out to you earlier today, but I wanted to make this quick video outlining maybe some gaps in your coverage. When we are on the phone with customers, a lot of the time we hear, oh, insurance, I'm good. I have full coverage. Well, I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but there's no such thing as full coverage. Now, I just heard through the internet a lot of minds just exploding. Like, what? I thought I had full coverage. I'm going to outline the three coverages that insurance actually does provide, but one of them does not have an unlimited amount of money that you can just use. So the three coverages are going to be your car, your family, and the other person. So we're going to start with the other person. This is where that misnomer of I have full coverage comes from and where it's dispelled. This is talking about the state mandatory required limits for bodily injury for the other person or property damage. So we're only talking about paying somebody else for either their injuries or their property that is damaged. And this is where people are confused about full coverage. If you had the state minimum coverage, Colorado, it's $25,000, $50,000, $15,000. That basically means is the insurance company is only going to pay up to $25,000 per person for medical bodily injury, or $50,000 for the whole accident, and only $15,000 for property damage. So when I hear full coverage, I've got full coverage. There's always limits of liability that the insurance company is going to take. Now, a lot of the customers that we talk to on a daily basis have that state minimum coverage because it is the cheapest coverage out there. But here is a little fact. There are not a whole lot of accidents out there that just have $25,000 worth of bodily injury. A lot of them are $45,000, $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 per person in bodily injury. So it is very important to know what your liability limits are, because if you have $25,000 worth of coverage and it costs $75,000 to pay all the medical bills for that other person, where do you think that they're going to get that money from? You're probably thinking, well, probably from me, but I don't have $50,000 in the bank. Well, they're going to, file a lawsuit, and they're going to win, by the way. And they could take retirement accounts, they could take savings, they could take equity in your home. And if they don't get all of that from there, they're going to garnish your wages until that amount is satisfied. So when I hear full coverage, I really wince because people don't understand how that insurance works. So same thing goes for property damage. Property damage is so low in the state of Colorado. $15,000 in property damage does not go very far. When I drive home, I literally live 3.5 miles from my office, and every single day I see at least $100,000 car driving while I'm going home or coming to work. Teslas are very expensive. Porsches, Mercedes-Benz, even a brand new F-150, that pickup truck is north of $50,000. So if you were to total one of those, you would be responsible for the difference between $15,000 and whatever it is to replace that vehicle. And guess what? It's not even your vehicle. It's replacing somebody else's vehicle. So it's very important to know your coverages. It's very important to understand how it works so that there's no gaps. Yeah, you might be saving a ton of money on your insurance. You might be paying $25 a month. But if it doesn't cover you when it needs to, it's going to cost you so much more money in the future with garnishments, with equity taken in your home, and cleaned out savings accounts, things of that nature. So it's very important to know where you sit as far as insurance. So other person is the only required by the state insurance that you need to be legally driving. So there's two other types, your family and your car. Your family, there's a couple different types of insurance. Medical payments is a great thing. It covers everybody in your car for $5,000, $10,000, maybe even $25,000 per person almost instantly. Just goes ahead and pays that hospital bill if you're injured in an accident that maybe you created or maybe they did. It doesn't matter with that coverage. So uninsured, underinsured bodily injury. So this isn't an elective type of insurance that you could get in case you were in an accident with somebody that was uninsured or underinsured and they didn't have the money. Your insurance company would go ahead and front the medical bills so you don't have to worry about that. Very important coverage there. And a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of hit and runs out there. How is that treated? It's treated just like an uninsured person. So we have no records of who did it. So if we don't have records, it's an uninsured. So if there were bodily injuries for a hit and run, it would come out of that uninsured bodily injury limit. So the last section is your car. Your car is going to cover things like collision. So if you were to hit somebody and it was your fault, you would pay a collision deductible and get your car fixed or the market value for your car so you can get another car. Very easy. Comprehensive is a little bit different. These are going to be things that are not necessarily your fault. So it's going to be things like hail damage, theft, vandalism, even your windshield comes under this comprehensive deductible. If you get rock chips or need a new windshield, that's where it's going to come out of. Uninsured property damage. So just in case you just had liability only, you did not have collision or comprehensive, you can elect to have uninsured property damage. What this does is it protects you against an uninsured person or a hit and run if they hit your vehicle and cause damage to it. So it's almost a sort of like a collision type of deductible, but it doesn't protect you against hitting something else and fixing your car. Okay, so those are the three basic coverages that insurance companies have. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you've learned something from this. It is very important to get your insurance policy reviewed at least annually, just to make sure that your coverages are keeping up with the cost of cars, the cost of repairing cars. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a call, 303-986-3708, and we'd love to help you. Have a great day.